How's it going, you cosmic rebels? Welcome back to the Space Lounge. My name is rix13, and I am your Cosmic King. Now, today, I want to talk about a game called Planet Rix13 that I got from a good old buddy from the Game Talk podcast days. His only requirement for people taking this game code was to really just talk about it, give your opinions, whether you liked it or disliked it. So like a review, but I'm sure other people are just gonna say their piece, take a free game, and move on. I didn't want to just type up any random old thing and then just put it on Twitter. I wanted, if I was gonna do a review, I was gonna do this properly, and I was going to at least talk about how I felt and just address a few things about my experience. Now, I'm going to save you a bunch of time by saying this first, that the game is incredibly short. Like, incredibly short. We're talking 45 minutes to an hour. A little bit longer if you're not as quick. But generally, most people who will play this indie game, they're gonna take about an hour. I'm not gonna say it's a bad game. It's not a waste of your hour. And it was actually interesting, and I'm disappointed that there wasn't more. I usually play indie games, and for the most part, if they're like heavy hitters like Shovel Knight, they'll last me forever, and I can replay them like forever and ever, right? But some of the shorter ones tend to not really keep my interest for longer than 20 minutes. I sat down and I gave this a fair shake. And my biggest disappointment was there was lore going somewhere. Like, you could have extended the lore. And that's like my biggest, well, maybe like my one of two biggest gripes. And when it comes down to it, movement is very limited to the left and right. You don't really jump. You just walk around and you go around reading terminals, computers, pieces of paper here and there. You craft a few things along the way to get you on your way. You craft a few things, you find some blueprints, you make it, you go ahead and you continue on with your adventure. And I gotta say, like, one of the many things you collect are these, they're like these crystals. And you have to collect 4 of them in order to beat the game. And every time you collect one, it gives this trippy effect. And each effect is different than the last. 1 second the room looks normal, but then all of a sudden, for example, the room is filling up with water, and you're like, oh my god, I can't get out, this is like an infinite hell. And then the whole trauma trip's over. And it generally freaked me out on my live stream when I played it, because I did a whole live run through of it. I had it on Twitch, so it's deleted by now. If I could find it, I'll find it and I'll clip it, but I don't know if it's still there by the time this recording goes up. And I would probably replay it if you guys really want it on this channel. But it's like I said, it's not gonna be like a long game, so I can. It's one of the many things that I can do for you guys if you want to see it. But I'm pretty sure there are videos out there about this game. One of the positives, though, for me is noticing that because it is short, if there are achievements on, like, say, the PS4 version or the Xbox version, achievement hunters may actually like this kind of game. And I know a few achievement hunters, and the guy who gave me this game definitely is. He loves his trophies on PlayStation. So that's that's a generally huge positive for someone who doesn't want to spend a lot of time and they just want some quick trophies real quick. So I definitely look at it if you're that kind of guy. Something else I wanted to talk about was the way that the puzzles are, I guess you could say, initiated and handled, I guess is the best way I can possibly say it. And it's not bad. Like, it makes you think, like, how is this supposed to be solved? And the only way you can figure that out for yourself is, for example, there are a few saves in the game. I think there's one save in the game. I can't remember how many there were. But in order to figure it out, you have to figure out the guy who's writing all these notes, or at least writing some of these notes on the terminals we're reading. You have to figure out his birthday. And for a while, you're going around trying to figure out where would his birthday be. And you're looking all over the walls for maybe like texts of like happy birthday, like in preparation. Maybe you find a room, or maybe you'll read on a terminal. But then you end up finding it, and you're like, okay, so it's not obvious that this is the answer, but if I do this and that, and I can deduct that this is the answer, and bam. It's just little fun things to challenge you, and I appreciate a game that gives me a bit of a challenge, especially when I'm live and like having to manage chat and just think on the fly. My concentration's always being broken, and I can just refer back to my logs real quick and be like, what have I not tried? What is wrong here? So I appreciate the fact that they do give a little bit of challenge. I would have liked to see the game longer, so that way they can do a little harder of a challenge. But I'm happy that there was some difficulty. It wasn't just all walking around reading and then collecting. And I think the last thing I would like to mention is that, which is I already said one of my disappointments, which was the game wasn't long enough. And I like lore-based games. Like, that's the biggest reason why I played every Metroid game to date, is lore and exploration. And the biggest gripe was the final boss. It wasn't even really a boss. There were never really enemies to fight. It was you were just walking around and you're kind of like just passing through, trying to figure out what the hell happened here, so you can, collect the information and then get the hell on out of there, pretty much. And this big thing that they're scared of, which I don't think anyone like really figured it out, it's not even really that big to me. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you what it was, but if you haven't seen any gameplay of it already as of now, I'm not gonna sit here and spoil it for you. I'm trying to be as spoiler free as possible. But it wasn't like something that was like, oh shit. I mean, maybe to you it might be, but I've seen a lot of shit. I've gone around many blocks. I've seen some scary shit when it comes to video games, and it wasn't the level of scary that I would like literally fall out of my seat live for. But other than that, like those two major flaws aside, to me, they're flaws to me. I mean, the length of the game should, you should tell a story no matter how long or short it is. That's completely up to the creator. But I felt like if there was going to be this overbearing weight of like, there's something always there, but you can't really see it until the end, then at least make the end like something like, oh shit. But other than that, like I'm not sure how many people worked on this, who made this game, did a good job in like every other department there was. But that's just how I feel about this game and my personal thoughts. So let me know if you played this game, what you felt about this game. I just figured I would make a video about this to not only mark me attempting to come back into YouTube, and I'm probably going to post this over on Twitch as well, and maybe even BitChute. Who knows where I'm going to put this. I just wanted to give my unscripted opinions like I usually do. But, you know, honor a promise for a good old friend of mine. I wanted to, if I was going to talk about this game, it was going to be done properly. I think he deserves that much credit, like that much work put into it, since he's going around marketing this game and helping someone else grow. I might as well, you know, give him some recognition as well and do this video justice. And if you want to go on over to his website, where him and his team work really hard to like bring a community together, it's myplanetplaystation.com. And you guys probably already know who I'm talking about. If you've been friends of mine and you've been in my inner circles for a while, you probably know who gave me this game, just from that website name alone. And I'll leave the link in the description for you guys, so that way you guys can go and check it out. And if you want to catch me do even more games, you can go ahead and follow me on Twitch. I'll leave a link to that down below. And I usually try to stream at least 4 days a week. They won't always be the same day, because I work very inconsistent hours in my day job. So I'm actually recording right now, right before I shoot a stream. So I'm just throwing the recording up and then editing after stream, since I have time off right now. But other than that, if you want to go ahead and watch me live, go ahead and go over to Twitch, click the link down below, and give me a follow. That way you'll be notified every time I go live. Also, I'll leave a link to my Discord down below. If you want to know when I'm going live as well, you can check the side where my icon is. That way you know when it's purple, I'm live. You can just go ahead and click on that. And you can just mingle with my mixed community of just personal friends and people I've met along the way. Other people who can help you. Mostly artists who can like help you get things you need. Say you need certain like overlays, logos, all this kind of stuff. I'm sure there's someone in there that might be able to help you or point you in the right direction. We're all trying to be a really friendly community. We are a little PG-13 at times, but we're family nonetheless. Until next time, this has been your Cosmic King, telling you, stay rebellious.